Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be taking a look at an all-Shadow Johto starter team here. So we got Typhlosion, Meganium, and Feraligatr. So at first, we are going to be using Lapras for about a couple of battles here, but then we're going to swap it out. I'm thinking, you know what, we can pretty much get away with the same thing that Lapras is doing here, although Lapras is going to be a little bit tankier. It's going to be having the fighting weakness. Still going to be weak to grass like the Feraligatr, although we're not going to be getting stabbed from our Ice Quick move, so we will have Fire Fang on it. And it worked okay. We're going to be taking some wins here, and it was a fun team. We've done this before, but let's go ahead and do it again. Still do not have enough to completely power up this Shadow Meganium here, but it still works for what it is because it's basically almost powered up. We got a couple more here, which is going to do virtually nothing. And then, of course, the Shadow Typhlosion is always just nasty. You're going to see this thing pulling off just some ridiculous wins here. If you build up to 2 of those blast burns and shields are down on their end, it's just going to quite literally blast through everything. And then Meganium with that spammy Frenzy Plant, that's going to be doing quite a bit of damage here with Earthquake. It makes it very nice, and it can take a hit. It's somewhat of a decent tank when it is a shadow form as well. Alright, so we have the Typhlosion up against the Swampert here, and I'm shielding it up. Look, I did these battles a couple of days ago. I'm behind on getting up my Go Battle League videos because there's just been so much news going on here, and I really appreciate all of you hitting that like button. If you can do that for this video, I would much appreciate that. So I'm kind of a little bit fuzzy on what's going to happen here, but like I said, once you get the shields and just build up to these blast burns, it just burns through everything. We take the win up against that Swampert there. Alright, now let's get into this. Met with a Cresselia. This is a good lead for the Typhlosion. Now, if they do have Future Sight, that's always going to be a bad thing. You're going to survive it, but barely. You're also going to be doing a ton of damage as well with that Blast Burn right to that tanky Psychic type here. So this is where you have to make the decision. We're going to go ahead and let it go. It is going to be a Grass Knot. Now, a Moonblast is going to do a decent amount and bring us down pretty low, but we still can survive it. Psycho Cut's really not going to be too troublesome at this point. It will start adding up once we do get low enough, though. We're going to shield this up, and we call a Future Sight, folks. Let's go. All right, and I wanted to kind of farm down, look like, but we're just going to go ahead and take them out here because you already know getting greedy is just not worth it sometimes. So they're going to be bringing in a Swampert, and that's fine. So what's going to happen here is, yes, we could have gotten off a Blast Burn, but now we kind of forced them to throw here instead of trying to farm us all the way down because they had that threat of potentially getting Solar Beam. So now we can just comfortably bring in our Meganium, and I don't think they're going to have a Sludge Wave on this. And we'll just let everything go and farm them down at this point. They did shield it up, getting both of their shields, right? All right, so they do have a Wall Rain in the back. This is going to be very satisfying. Take a look at this, doing a ton of damage. And now we can just farm down with our Lapras here, which we will be seeing the Meganium very soon, don't worry. But I just had to test it out here for a little bit. I just kind of realized, you know what, let's just go with the Johto Shadow team. I have them all made with the secondary move, so let's go ahead and go with it here. All right, next battle, leading with the Typhlosion again. We're met with an Obstagoon, and Lapras is still on the team here. This is a fine lead. That's okay. Obstagoon is just really good all around here, so it's not, you know, there's a lot of things that are just going to lose to it in a neutral matchup. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit that Blast Burn. We need to get off, I do believe, just one more Incinerate to get to the next Blast Burn, getting the shield here, and we do sneak that through. So whenever that does happen and you sneak it through and you need one more, tap on where your charge move is, where your Incinerate or your Blast Burn is, so you can get that off immediately. You've already got that energy through, you snuck it through there. So they're using both shields. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Meganium and let that go, holding on to our shield here and letting this Night Slash go. Meganium taking that hit. Very nice, and getting to the Frenzy Plant here. So let's go ahead and see what they have behind here without any shields left. And we have that Lapras on the team still, so this is a pretty good combination. And it is going to be a Venusaur Shadow. So this is actually going to threaten my team here because they can hit me with Sludge and they can hit me with Frenzy Plant. So we go for the Earthquake. And what do I do here? Let this go. And we're going to want to, well, we're going to want to swap. Yeah, they take us out here, so we shield this up. And they're using, I would assume, pretty much almost all their energy here. And they have a Swampert in the back. So what I'm going to do is build up to the Skull Bash, raise our defense, do a ton of damage, and then try to pretty much quick move them down. I do believe that's going to be the play. That should almost KO them with this Skull Bash here. Does a ton of damage, and then we should be able to take the Venusaur out with quick moves. And we take them down, and down goes the Venusaur. Thank you, Lapras. Let's go. So the Feraligatr will have, as you've seen in the beginning, Hydro Cannon and Crunch, as well as Ice Fang. You could have Waterfall, but I'm just going to go with the Ice because we want that coverage like we did have on the Lapras. Next battle, we're met with a Registeel, so this is going to be a decent lead, shielding up that first Blast Burn, which would virtually take it out in one shot here. And we're going to go ahead and shield up that Zap Cannon, lowering our attack. A Blast Burn is still going to be able to take them out at this point, so let's see if they want to double shield that thing. They let it go. Beautiful. Lowered attack, but that's okay. Typhlosion is still going to be doing a ton. Blast Burn plus Stab, Shadow damage, lowered attack by 1 stage. Yeah, let's keep it going here. We're getting both shields right off the bat. Getting to another Blast Burn before they throw anything here. Now at this point, I think we're just going to want to let them go. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, look at that Blast Burn. Still doing a ton of damage with our attack low. We shield up an Earthquake and then swap into our Lapras, holding onto it, and they got a Trevenant in the bag. And this is still not a bad lead. Both of our charge moves, Skull Bash and Surf, are not going to be doing too much damage, but the Ice Shard is digging into it. Plus the Surf is actually doing a decent amount, even though it's not very effective. They go for the Shadow Ball, big damage, getting to another Surf here. And just bringing them even lower, taking them out. Oh, one more quick move and now they're out of here. Still have 3 Pokemon. Can we finish it off with 3? Oh, unfortunately not. I wanted to so bad. We're actually going to survive this. And we do. We're going to be able to finish this with 3 Pokemon. Lapras finishing it off for us. And let's go. 3 ballin'. Alright, now we have the Feraligatr. Let's get it. So, did I put that in the lead? Let's see what we got going on. No, it's Meganium and... Okay, we still got Lapras. Oh, I'm switching the order. So we have a fantastic lead. And they're swapping into Giratina. And we're bringing in our Lapras here. So we'll let all this go. This is a tanky battle. Again, this is one of those things where both of our charge moves are not going to be very effective. But Surf is still going to be doing a decent amount, while the quick move with Stab is doing a lot, plus that Shadow damage. Bringing them down below yellow, which is great. I think we want to start shielding up here. Yeah, shielding up that Shadow Sneak. Great. And almost 2 Surfs ready to go. Going for another one here. And they let it go, and they get to another quick move. Definitely not shielding this. Absolutely not. Just need to win this matchup here, and we're looking good. And we still got a bunch of energy, too, left over on this thing as well. And we have that Surf ready to go. They bring in a Wall Rain. Do I get greedy? I do. I go for the Skull Bash here. So now they cannot quick move me down. Well, they can quick move me down, but I'm going to be able to get to a Surf and really chunk away here. So they're building up to probably about 2 Icicle Spears. And that's not enough. We're getting to the Surf, which is not very effective, but let's see how much it's going to be doing here. And hey, better some damage than none before you do go down. Well, sometimes maybe you want to kind of farm them down in some cases. So they hit me with Earthquake. I do not call that correctly, but hey, wait, do I not call that, or do we just understand what's going on here with the alignment with the Meganium? So we let this go here. We're just going to farm them up. We're going to cap out on our energy here. It doesn't really matter. We just need to keep bringing them down here, and then we'll just easily spam them with the Frenzy Plant. So, or are we just, we're farming them down. Yeah, we're not even going to give them the opportunity to use their shields here. It's not like they were trying to flex. No, not at all. They just didn't get the opportunity. I just farmed them up. Great. Moving on to our next opponent, we're met with a Trevenant in the lead. We're going to immediately swap into the Lapras here. Still going with that thing, huh? So this is going to be a Seed Bomb. It's going to do a lot of damage, so I think we're going to want to shield it up. And expecting a swap, and they're bringing in that Wall Rain. So we're going to go for the Headbutt, I was going to say, Skull Bash. Don't know where I got that from. And raise that defense here. Earthquake is just going to kind of tickle us. Yeah, that's a decent amount. It's a respectable amount of damage, but it's going to survive even another one here. I do go for the Surf. I don't know. I feel like we're going to, yep, exactly, get a shield, and there you go. Will we survive Earthquake? Yes, we will survive it, but they go for Icicle Spear. Oh, boy. And I want to go for another Skull Bash at this point. I do believe this is going to be another one here, and I go for the Skull Bash. So we're going to be raising our defense by 2 stages. So here's the thing. I'm feeling like they're going to be able to farm me, and they immediately swap. All right, so they do catch it with a Trevenant, the Skull Bash. You kidding me? Very nice. And we swap into our Typhlosion, farming them down. No shields on our end. And they're bringing in the Swampert. So we've seen the damage from Blast Burn on Swampert anyways. So we're just going to go for it. Sure, we could have went for the Solar Beam. We could have gotten a shield. But we're still in a good position here because, well, we still have the Meganium with full health in the back here. So we're going to be looking all right. Down goes the Typhlosion. They've got no more shields left. Bringing in the Meganium. We're just farming them up here. Icicle Spear is not going to be enough. They're going to have at least... Whoa, 2 actually. Oh, we're farming them down. Fantastic. Hitting this Frenzy Plant and Meganium. Folks, this one's really nice. You know, Feraligatr is going to get its nice entrance here. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to put it in the middle. Got the Meganium in the front and the Typhlosion in the back. Let's see what we can encounter here. And what do you know? It's a poison. Okay, so we're going to immediately swap into our Typhlosion to just start building up that energy, because whatever they bring in is going to be taking a lot of damage. All right, so we're up against an Umbreon here. That's all right. All right, shielding up that first foul play, building up to 2 blast burns, and now let's go ahead and start blasting that Umbreon and see if we can get a shield. Look at that damage. Get into the next one here. So the thing with the Typhlosion is, you get their shield, you shield it up too, you farm them down, and you just start going to town with the next Pokemon that they throw into battle here. So we're going to be shielding up again. Looks like we really want to survive with this thing. We will survive this one by barely here getting to the Blast Bird. Now again, if you're using Incinerate, you got to be careful to not keep on tapping the screen once you've already reached your charge move, because well, then you've just wasted all that energy. So we're bringing in Meganium here to start farming up, because we're going to be able to build up a lot of energy here with that Vine Whip. And they've got a Muck, so we're going to be getting to the Earthquake. Wonder if this is going to be enough to take it out. Let's see Meganium go, taking out the Muck. And what do they have in the back? Shadow Gramble. Let's get it. So we got the Feraligatr making its grand entrance up against the Shadow Gramble. Get into the Hydro Cannon and taking that win. Let's go. All right, so we are going to lead with the Feraligatr for now. Let's see what we're going to encounter. It's a Shadow Charizard. Okay, this is a decent lead here. Too bad we didn't have Waterfall though. Although Ice Fang is doing a decent amount of damage, they would have had a swap if it was Waterfall. So we're going to let this go. Blast Burn is doing a stupid amount of damage, a little bit more than I was expecting. And now they can simply shield this up and then farm me down, because, well, that's just the way it goes when you're using a Shadow Pokemon and you're taking Shadow damage as well. So what we're going to do, or our only real option, is to bring in the Typhlosion and farm this Charizard down, shielding that up. They're getting to another one. I'm expecting a Dragon Claw, which is still going to be doing a ton of damage. Yeah, but at least we're going to have 1.5 Blast Burns ready on our Shadow Typhlosion here with the Meganium in the back. And the biggest threat, I would assume, to the Meganium out of the way. We should be okay. Hitting that first Blast Burn here on the Shadow Snorlax. Going for another one, which is going to be doing a ton. All their shields are gone at this point. And then we're going to swap into the Meganium. We kind of want to farm this thing down. I think is like, I mean, not kind of want to. It's pretty much going to perfectly align for that, right? So they're getting off the Body Slam. We let it go. They have a Wall Rain in the back. This is going to be doing a ton. We've seen how much it did before. Basically one-shotting it. Down it goes. And Meganium taking the win, farming down the Snorlax. Let's go. And one-shotting the Wall Rain. Next battle, we're met with an Obstagoon with the Shadow Feraligatr. All right, so this is not going to be a good matchup for us really at all here. It's going to just add up with that counter damage. And we're just going to take a ton of damage. See, Feraligatr, it's not a horrible thing. It's just not too great. The way Pokemon Go works, unfortunately. How about the regular one? Well, you're going to be able to take more, hits, but you're not going to be doing as much damage. All right, so we will be winning this, but it was at the cost of a shield. So it's not all bad, I guess. It's not like I'm talking all bad about it. We are coming out of that with energy too. And they're bringing in, what was that, a Talonflame? Very smart to farm up the water type. And yep, we're getting a shield. Bringing in our Typhlosion. Now the unfortunate part is they already started building up energy. This could be a Brave Bird, and that's exactly what it is. And, well, let's see. I would assume they're going to shield this up, and they're going to probably try to just sweep me up with that Talonflame at this point here. And we're going to swap into our Meganium. We're going to try to recover this. I'm sorry, Meganium. We're going to have to sacrifice you, buddy. Swapping into our Typhlosion, and they have a Cresselia in the back. Folks, is this doable? Can we make a comeback here? Let's see if we can make a comeback. If we can, that's going to be incredible. All right, we build up to 2 Blast Burns here. So what we're going to have to do is not hit the next one. We need to build up more, and we need to time this perfectly right about now. All right, and then we're going to have to get to another one, hit another Incinerate. This is going to KO this thing, and we actually freaking do it, folks. Is this going to take out the Talonflame? Wow, let's go. Typhlosion just swept up. That was an incredible thing there. This thing, that's why I call it GBL hack, because that's exactly what it is. All right, next battle, we're met with a, what was that, Sylveon. Okay, I just didn't see it. All that shadow and Ice Fang, and I couldn't really see. Plus, I got the screen away from my face, so I can't really see what the name is. All right, bringing in Typhlosion here to, farm it down and resist that charm. Definitely going to be shielding this up because, well, it's still going to be doing a lot. So we've gotten one shield, and they swap into a Cresselia, which is still going to be a good matchup for me. If they do not have Future Sight, if they have Future Sight, it's not going to be good. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to go ahead and hit both of these blast burns, which is going to take it out. But we're getting the last shield and then swapping into our Meganium here so we can hold on to that Typhlosion. We do not want to use our shield, and we know we can take a hit and go in for the Moonblast so we can survive another one here, but getting to the Frenzy Plant because we can build up that energy very fast with that Vine Whip on these things. This is a very nasty Shadow team. Now, of course, like any other team, yeah, if I have the wrong lead with the wrong swap and all that stuff, it's not going to be looking good, of course. But, you know, like Dragon types or something like that, yeah. But nonetheless, it's still going to be good, still fun, and yeah, I'm having a blast over here. So Typhlosion, let's go. We're going to go ahead and shield this up. And I think we actually go for the Solar Beam, yeah, just because it's going to be able to 100% take them out. And let's go and take that win. Moving on to our next battle, leading with the Feraligatr still. Met with a Darumaka, good for us. Okay, that's interesting. And they're swapping into their wall range. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Meganium here. Now you can take one of these hits. I'm just going to be shielding up the first one here just because, I don't know, I just want to kind of get comfortable. Usually when you kind of just start slipping and you let the first charge move go, they bring it low enough, they're like, I can farm them down from here. I'll go ahead and shield up their charge move. And then all of a sudden you lose that swap. And they come out of it with energy as well. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant, letting that next one go, and we're getting both shields out of them, which is, I don't know, perfect. Sounds good to me. So we're bringing in the Feraligatr because I do not want to get hit with an Earthquake, and my logic here now is, well, yeah, they had a Fire type, but Blast Burn doesn't really care. All right, we're going to be able to still take it out with a Blast Burn and probably a couple of quick moves. So we'll just hold on to that shield, swap into the Typhlosion to kind of absorb this. So at least we have the Feraligatr if we do encounter something that we kind of need that Ice Fang or, you know, Hydro Cannon for, right? So they do have a Swampert here. And now they're going to be getting my shield. And this is getting very tricky. How in the heck are you going to be able to pull this off? So we're going to see them swap into their Darumaka, going for the Blast Burn here. And now, again, we're going to have to build up energy. And there it is. I just got a little nervous. I didn't want to get stuck in the animation, so we just go for it. Probably could have snuck in one more quick move. In comes the Swampert here. We swap into our Feraligatr, knowing that they don't have time to build up any extra energy, and knowing we have energy, we need one more quick move. We get to the Blast Burn, and again, freaking Typhlosion just taking the win left and right. Blast Burn, Incinerate. The thing is on fire, quite literally. You need one of these. Just can't wait for the Hisuian version. Are you kidding me? This is going to be crazy. All right, next battle, we have a good lead up against Cresselia. Now we see Muck out here, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Blast Burn. And looks like I was trying to swap into Feraligatr. So we will be letting this go. Acid Spray and good call. Swapping into our Feraligatr because we don't want to bring in our Grass type. Although it does have Earthquake. This is still going to be a better kind of a matchup to just kind of let all these charge moves go. Hitting me with another Acid Spray. And we're going for the Hydro Cannon here. So this thing is going to be good to go up against Giratina somewhat, I guess. It's not like the best. It's our option. It's the other starter, so it is what we're going to have to be using here. And they're bringing in the Cresselia. We're going to let this Grass Knot go because we absolutely want to hold on to our shield for the Typhlosion, like usual, and also the Meganium. I feel like the lesser performing one out of these starters is going to be the Feraligatr. It wasn't the alignment. It wasn't anything like that. It's just the play I had. It's just not the best, unfortunately. Alright, so I think I may shield this up. Yeah, I mean, just holding on to this thing with all this energy is just going to be nuts. So we make a systematic swap, and they bring in a Togekiss. It's flying, and I kind of laugh because I was like, it doesn't matter. This is another one of these things that doesn't care about what type you are. So, Frenzy Plant doing almost half health, over half. I mean, let's freaking go. They hit me with Ancient Power. If I can get this, yep, it's over. As long as I got this charge move off with the Meganium, we were good to go. They hold on to their shield, and I find Whip down with the Meganium. Are you kidding me? Let's get it. Next battle, we're going to be seeing another Obstagoon. Alright, this is, again, not particularly like the best matchup here, but at least we're going to be getting shields. It's another one of those kind of situations where if I double shield, oh, they get... Alright, so they got the boost, so let's go ahead and play around the situation here. Alright, so at this point, I know they're going to want to double shield this thing, so... let's go ahead and get both of their shields with the Typhlosion while we're at it. So we get both of them, and they're going to farm us down, which is fine. Now, here's the unfortunate part. I had to make the decision. So we bring in the Meganium. We're going to have to take a hit unless we want to use a shield. We're probably going to take a hit and then shield this afterwards, which is way unfortunate. Because, yeah, we can't survive that. We would barely. But they get to another one. We will survive this. We will get off the Frenzy Plant. So we're going to have to rely on the Feraligatr all that crap I was talking. Let's see if it's going to be able to pull this win back for us. So this is looking bad. So they have a Talonflame. We immediately bring it in here, and this is going to be a Brave Bird. I think this is about it. This is over for us here. Hitting me with it. Yep, no, it's done. I back out. Yeah, good game. You got me. All right, moving on to our next opponent. We're going to see a, bad lead. And see, here you go. What do I do here? Bet you want to know. Well, you just stay right here. And like we said before, Blast Burn, it doesn't care about typings, and that includes tanky dragons. Look at that. Look at that damage. Not very effective. It's already, look at that. Plus a couple of Ice Fangs, right? But that's a good amount of damage. So we're swapping into our hardest counter, all right? That's not what you would typically, or what I would typically recommend that you would do. But that's the only option that we do have here. I guess I could have stayed with the Typhlosion, but I wanted to keep it alive a little bit longer. As long as we got that Blast Burn through, plus a couple of Ice Fangs, we're looking good. So they got a Melmetal. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Typhlosion. I think what we're going to have to do is double shield and farm down. But we are taking them out before they actually get to their next charge move, which is absolutely fantastic. And getting off a Blast Burn, and we're getting a shield from Giratina from the Typhlosion, of course, you know. And they're hitting Dragon Claw. We're holding onto our shield. They swap, and they got a Poliwrath in the back. And yeah, this is looking great here. I think they let this go, and they put it all on the... I think they actually back out. Yep, okay. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. I'll catch you all next time.